Okay, welcome to Excel Development. This is the training video for the M1 position of the maintenance tech. As an M1, your main priority is probably two areas. One is keeping your building and your grounds clean, clear, and cozy. We use 3 C's here at Excel. And the second one would be to improve your buildings, fix them up, make them look good, be creative. Maybe that's a 4C. So your work is divided in between those two categories, cleaning and creating. And ideally, you know, you want to spend more time in the creative phase, but the cleaning phase is probably the most important, if not just as important as the creative phase. Because we don't want you cleaning buildings all week long, you know. We want you to go out there and use the skills and the knowledge that you have or that you will learn on this job, such as like painting, landscaping, laying floors. Use that knowledge and improve the look of our buildings and improve the curb appeal. I mean, I don't want to sweep and clean, you know, 40 hours a week if I don't have to. And you really don't on this job, because our buildings are set up. Most of them are in pretty good condition where you should be able to, as you see in the video, sweep the hallways and clean the floors and walls in a relative short time frame for each building. Now, what that time is, it varies from person to person, but this is a video that was recorded in real time, and this is roughly a 10-minute video. So as you can see in this video, I've cleaned the entire building in 10 minutes. So, you know, that's probably the quickest you can clean the building. But as a new person, look, you know, first you got to get to know your building, especially the first week or 2 or 3, you know. I would just go into each building, sweep them out, clean the floors and walls, get familiar with the building, and you know, and just take your time. Don't worry about how long it takes you. I mean, you'll over time, you'll get better. You'll get to know your building. You'll get to know which buildings get dirtier faster, which ones, you know, remain clean week after week. And that's so dependent on so many different things. You know, the tenants, the weather, the shape of the building, the quality of the building. It's all dependent on that. And keep in mind, this is rental property, so it's going to get dirty, you know, quicker than probably where you live at. Well, I should say, than your apartment or your home would, you know. So keep that in mind. Now, as far as the cleaning goes, the way you want to look at your cleaning, you want to break it down into 2 categories, major and minor cleaning. And I don't want to get too specific on this because it's pretty common sense. But if you watch me in the video, the 2 major areas I'm cleaning are the floors and walls. Now, the floors and walls will take up 80 to 90% of your time. But nevertheless, as you see in this video, I mean, I'm not rushing around, I'm not running, I'm just taking my time. And I can do the entire building from top to bottom in 10 minutes. That's the quickest. We don't want, you know, yeah, 10 minutes is the quickest. Now, if you're new, obviously it's going to take you 20 to 30 or whatever. That's okay. But like I said, over time, you'll get quicker and quicker. You will, trust me. Some of the qualities you need as an M1 is you have to be consistent, and you have to be disciplined. You know, Excel expects you to clean these week after week. And we expect you to start out on a Monday, and there's a reason why. Why? Because look, it's the first day of the week, the first day of the work week. You know, you were off Saturday and Sunday, so naturally the building gets dirty. And think about this too. When was the last time you were there last week? It might have been, Tuesday or Wednesday. So within those 4 or 5 days, dirt will accumulate, as tenants go in and out of the building. It's pretty common sense. So they need to be cleaned once a week, 52 times a year. That is very important. And you need to keep up on that. You do not want to get behind. Trust me, you don't. It's so hard to get caught up. So it's to your advantage that you need to become your own boss on this job. And you need to tell yourself that, you know what, I'm going to clean these buildings once a week, and you need to start out on a Monday. And I'm going to tell you why. Well, I already told you why, but let's talk about once you get your buildings done, what you do the rest of the week here. And what you do is, you need to come up with a game plan, a schedule for the rest of the week. And, typically an obvious one would be, hey, let's go back into our worst buildings and let's start there. What do they need? Do the walls need to be painted? Do the floors need to be, maybe retiled? Or maybe they need a thorough, deep cleaning, So that's a game plan. That's up to you to come up with a schedule. You and maybe your boss, your supervisor, or maybe another employee could help you on that. But it's pretty common sense. Now, you're also responsible rolling the garbage out and then rolling it back in. And you're also responsible for the grounds. If I didn't say that already, I meant to. Pardon me if I already said that. But you're responsible for the grounds too. Landscaping, the shrubbery. If you like working outside, and if you're good at planning and trimming and all that, go ahead and see if you can fix the curb appeal of the building. That's all your responsibility, the inside and outside. Now, keep in mind, ideally, the way I run my route is I clean all my buildings. I have roughly 20 buildings, give or take. Maybe you have 15 when you first start. Maybe you have 20. It just all depends. But I get all my buildings done on a Monday. And then the rest of the week, what I'll do is I'll go back in my buildings. Typically the dirtier ones, or the ones that need the most amount of work, or maybe it's the grounds that need the most amount of work. I'll go to whatever property it is and find an area that's dirty that needs work. And so that's what you do the rest of the week. And keep in mind that eventually you can expand and do other things here, and you can go in and out of all the other buildings that we have, and you want to eventually do that, because that's how you'll learn about other buildings, just by going through them and seeing different things. Every building's different. Most of them are 4 families, but even the 4 families, every building's different. They all have a unique set of characteristics, different tenants. So you'll learn too by going in all and checking out all the different buildings. So ideally, you want to take 1 or 2 days to clean your group of buildings, and then the rest of the week, what you want to do is come up with a game plan to how you want to attack your own personal buildings. Like I said before, maybe start with the ones that are dirtiest, that need the most attention first, and go from there. So that's pretty much everything. This is a great place to work at. I'm telling you, man. You can really learn a lot of new things, have a lot of fun. You work independently. It's like you are your own boss, and you need to use that to your advantage, not to your disadvantage, but to your advantage. You need to be proactive. And if you have a good attitude, if you come to work every day, be a team player and be on time, and just do those simple core things that I talked about in this video, you will excel here, and you'll have a lot of fun. And you'll find out that M1 isn't just about cleaning. It is part cleaning. It's also part about being creative, you know, and and all that combined is why I love doing the M1 position. I love working inside. I love working outside. I love having the freedom and also the trustworthiness that I have with the people I work with, and especially my bosses above me. You know, I love having that trust factor where they know I'm out there cleaning or creating out there in the field. So if you have any more questions, you know, feel free to ask. That's everything. I hope I helped you somewhat on this video as a new employee. Thanks for listening. Take care, guys.